Hi, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Jared. If you're returning, thank you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is a Mallworld dream video. So I apologize if I'm looking off in other directions. I'm just trying to think about what I'm trying to say, because I'm more concentrating on what I'm trying to say than I am actually trying to, look at the camera and be, prim and proper, because this is pretty interesting stuff, and I think what I'm saying is more important than, my presentation, at least at this point. So, yeah, I have two Mallworld dreams for you. Both of them have to do with confrontation and how you handle that confrontation. So, I had a video recently about confronting the dream police and this fight that I had with them, and the fact that I'm not messed with anytime I become lucid and try to do anything out of the norm within Mallworld. So that's definitely the case. But these two dreams, excuse me, I have some hiccups. These two dreams are basically a similar theme. So I want to conclude with what I think these dreams represent. And if you've had dreams like this, let me know down in the comments. So the first dream has to do with someone that I was in a relationship with, as far as like a friendship. And I needed a deeper, more meaningful connection. And this person just wanted something superficial and surface level, which is fine, but I just needed something more at the time. I needed more support, and for multiple reasons, it just wasn't going to happen with this person, and that's fine. But what ended up happening in the dream, I think, was really telling of what was going on with this person as a whole. And where I found myself with this person was driving in a car. I was lucid, and I was well aware of the conversation we were having, but it's almost like we were headed to the city in Mallworld, because as you know, in Mallworld, when you're in your neighborhood in Mallworld, you're in your neighborhood that is connected to roads that would normally connect to the large city near you, but in the dream, that large city becomes Mallworld. So we were headed there, I don't know, or we were headed somewhere. And keep in mind, I had never really gone anywhere with this person either. So again, completely out of the norm. But we were sitting there in this vehicle, and this person kept insulting me. And at first, it was kind of good-natured ribbing, ha ha ha, good one, that kind of thing. Like, even I can recognize, all right, that one hurt, but it was good. Not gonna lie, that one landed square right on the nose, but in a good way. Like, I'll take the punch. That was too funny to not. And then it got really nasty, and then it got, like, nasty and personal. Like, the kind of personal where you're like, I don't think I really told many people that. Like, no one should really know that. Of course, it's a dream. It's your subconscious, so obviously this person is going to be representing a lot of that type of thing within the dream. But I turned to look at them because I was just shocked by the things they were saying, and I looked at them, and they had that sort of like angry face, like I guess that's like the best way I can do it. But think of like Angel and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, how they portrayed vampires, kind of having that angry, like, RBF type face. So that's basically what I saw on this person's face. And like in that split second, I don't want to snap too loud, but in that split second, I turned and I said, in the name of Jesus Christ, I cast whatever's inside of you out. And whatever this thing was, I think it was a parasitic thought form, and I'll get to that in a minute. But it jumped out of them, and it went in between the frame of the car, that like, this is the windshield, this is the frame of the car, and then the door kind of closes like near that frame. I'm trying to use the best example as I can, but it was kind of like up near like the moon roof. Okay, so it was trying to get out through the moon roof, but it couldn't. And the person was like sitting there, and they were frightened by this thing. They're like, what the hell is that? And I basically explained to them, like, it's either a demon or a thought form or something. I personally thought it was like a negative thought form, almost like a parasite. So, like, the more negativity you feed it, the stronger and whatever it becomes. And at some point, it might become a demon if you feed it enough negativity. But I don't think it was naturally. I think it was just like a parasitic thought form that this person was feeding through things like gossip and like making fun of people and things like that. Like that type of, thought form that can be fed with those type of negative thoughts and things within a person. So I recognized that, and we had a further conversation. I don't remember the conversation at all, but I remember it being very meaningful in the context of what just happened. And then the dream ended, and that was it. So I can say with certainty that it was definitely like a thought form. It may have been a demon, but I'm just reserving that right because it didn't seem strong enough to actually be that. Like if it didn't have the host and the host wasn't willing to participate, nothing was ever going to happen. Then we have the other dream where I confronted someone, but it was more like a personal thing. It had to do with rejection and just sort of, not even being able to say your piece, if you will. There's someone just rejecting you before you can even be like, hey, here's my deal. And then someone's like, yeah, I'm not going to hear that. Like, I don't care who you are. I'm just not going to hear it. And we've all been there. I know we have. I probably been there more often than not. Which is why I had this dream. And in this dream, I was chasing someone. I would say chasing, but more or less just trying to get their attention, like running after them, going, hey, how are you doing? I wanted to, give you a call, send you a text, email, maybe a letter, something like that. Social media post, hey, I just wanted to say hi, that kind of thing. And this person wasn't having it. Like, I had to chase them through the hills in the city. It was almost like San Francisco, so they're those kind of hills. So I was chasing them down. They ended up getting on a trolley. The whole time I'm just going, hey, the most friendly way that I can. I'm really trying here because I know how it is in a dream. You have someone chasing you, they're trying to get your attention. It can be super weird, and it's just like not meshing with the vibe of the dream you're having, and it just doesn't work. I completely understand that. So I completely understand if this was another person and they were having the dream and they were actually participating in it. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you had taken on the form of the person I was thinking of on the dream, or if it was actually this person, or if it was just some other thought form within myself that was playing that role. I don't know. But it was very real. I mean, I actually even felt bad in my dream that I was trying to chase this person down, as strange as that sounds. But I really did feel bad about it. I have to get a drink or something. I have these poppy sodas. They're pretty good. I don't drink stuff like that very often, so when I do, I try to keep it as good as I can. But I was chasing them down, and it felt like I was I just wasn't wanted there. Like they just weren't having it. And eventually I ended up catching up to this person, and they were in a salon in a particular part of Mallworld that's, I don't think I've heard anyone describe, and I've seen this place in my dreams for years now. Like, I even have an AI picture that I made of it. Like, it's pretty accurate, like scary accurate. But it has all the mall world features. It's got a mall and entertainment, restaurants, all the good stuff. So it's all there in my own little part of mall world. And there were people there, but it wasn't super busy. It was almost kind of late in the day. Kind of that lull before all the evening crowd gets there to eat dinner and maybe do a little bit of shopping, that kind of thing. But yeah, it was definitely in this particular place, and I'm walking by and I'm looking for this person, and all hope is lost, and I'm sitting there they just don't want me. And I look over, and they're sitting there in the salon getting their hair done, and it was one of those hair dryers that kind of comes over. It's like a half sphere. It's like a dome that goes over, and it dries the hair. So they were sitting under there. I was like, oh, captive audience. I can at least say what I need to say. So I'm sitting there, and I walk into the salon. I give a nod to the hairdresser, who kind of looks at me and oh, okay, this must be going down whether I want it to or not. So I look at this person, and this person looks at me like, why are you breathing the same air as me, peasant? I'm not kidding. Just that vibe, okay? And they're sitting there, they're on their phone, and they're scrolling, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, they obviously don't want me here, but I need to say what I need to say. So they're sitting there, and they're just obviously trying the hardest to ignore me. And they had a sibling with them. I think it was a sibling, could have been a cousin or a friend or something, but someone that they feel like they have some sort of familiarity to each other. That's the vibe that I got. But definitely like a younger sibling by a couple of years. And this person was sitting there looking at me like, oh my God, this is actually going to happen. Like shocked that I had actually found them. And so I sat there and I looked at this person and I said, well, look, all I've been trying to say this whole time is hi. I apologize, sort of explain myself. And then I simply say what I've been trying to say the whole time is I just really just want to send you a communication, like a text, a letter, an email, a call, social media post. Again, it doesn't really matter. It was just a way of communicating and communicating my thanks to this person. Even despite how they had treated me in this dream, I was still determined to say thank you and a why, and hopefully maybe they would understand why I did what I did. But it's what happened after I walked out of the salon that made the most impact on me. As I was walking out, I had this realization that, I just confronted this thing that had been such a pain in my life of actually saying what I wanted to say to someone. And it doesn't matter if they were a man or a woman. It's the fact that I actually stood my ground, said what I wanted to say, and whether this person liked it or not, they had to hear me out. And I think that in and of itself was very healing for me. It was very cathartic in that sense, because it actually allowed me to have that, but without the letdown of it being in real life. And what I mean is, despite how rude this person was being to me, it hit me as I was practicing this video yesterday. Oh my goodness. If someone saw that interaction, that person would be the jerk. I wouldn't be the jerk. I mean, I might have been a jerk for trying to chase them down, but I'm literally just trying to be friendly. And it just hit me. I was like, oh wow. So if I was just being earnest the whole time and not getting frustrated like I normally would have in the past, which I didn't do in the stream, which is, again, kudos to me, I guess. But I sat there and I was like, oh wow, that person, because I was being earnest, came off as the jerk. Wow. And I said my piece, I did what I needed to do, and I realized, man, as much as that stung, it probably didn't sting as much as being observed as the person that's the jerk in the situation, Either way, both of these situations helped me confront something that I think that I know most of us have trouble with in real life, and some people even, go to therapy for these type of things. I know there's even psychedelic drug therapies. Most of them in controlled environments now. I don't want to name any particular substances or processes because I'm not trying to lead anybody down any road or anything, but I'm simply saying that those things exist, and I'm acknowledging that much of what I just did in my dream are some of the things that happen within these types of controlled environments with these psychedelics. And the good news is that in a place like Mallworld, you can confront these things and have some actual change, because let me tell you, when I confronted this person for saying nasty things about me, I'm not the kind of person that's just going to sit there and take it anymore. After that day, after that dream, I began to be like, okay, so what's your problem with me? That kind of thing. At least explain yourself. If you're going to have a problem, let me hear the valid reason, that kind of thing. And the other thing, having to do with rejection, especially in a public place, was definitely one of those things where it helped me get over it. It's like, oh wow, so if I'm just being a nice person and then someone's a jerk to me, that's really on them, isn't it? That kind of a thing. And it helped me realize that, I may not necessarily be the bad person in that situation, even though due to certain things that have happened in my past, I was made to feel like I was the bad person in the situation. So with that said, having those Mallworld dreams, as strange as that is, actually helped me, because the way I see it, it was almost on a subconscious level. I confronted these things within my own subconscious mind through a dream, and am having those real world results, which is very similar to a lot of those treatments and processes I hear of that involve psychedelics and other things where you really journey inward and confront these things. So with that said, I want to leave that with you out there, and I want to know, have you ever confronted something in your dreams, whether it was Mallworld or not? Have you confronted something, and has that thing actually resulted in real world change for you, like it has for me? With that, I'm running out of time. I have to go. It's getting late here, so I want to be sure to maybe get this uploaded today. So let me know in the comments if and when you see this video, have you been changed by something in your dreams? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.